So yeah, this is kind of challenging. It's really not bad. It's just a she has lots of road stitches in different sizes and different configurations, and it's all weird thread, like fireworks, and um, the prettiest thread is a Dinky Dyes silk pearl. Can you see it, Vana, on the screen?
I can see that. Yes, I can see you
See
on the
that
screen. So
that
we are
silk?
live.
Yeah, we're live. That silk pearl. It's like a um. It's like a 12 pearl. Only I want to say it's a 14. So
Hmm.
that's yeah. She's got all kinds of weird threads in here. Hi, folks.
It's a
Thanks for
little
joining us.
washed out. Your 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 picture's a little washed
A little
out.
washed out. All right. Let me see if I
Hmm.
can take some of the brightness down.
Hi, everybody.
How's that? Is that better?
Let me see. I can't. Your hands in the way. It's
Hi, folks.
uh, it's it's still a little washed out, but not bad. You got to really. They're gonna be able to see your stitching really up close. It's just that it looks very washed out.
Okay.
Like, isn't it blue? Isn't it blue?
No, it's all whites and off whites and pearl opal colors.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of white to it. Hi, folks. Thanks for joining us. Doing something different today. No cross stitch today. All Debbie Rowley, um, her glitz and glamour opal. May have chosen a bad one because it's all light colors, whites and light blues, opal color stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah, going out helps.
that helped.
Yeah,
That's better.
yeah, it's better.
So maybe I should have gone with something dark on light, but this is a fun one to work on. Is that in focus now? There, I think it is.
No, it's if you come a little bit closer, it would probably be better. Yeah, 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 right. Yeah, back.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, right there. Probably pretty
Okay.
good.
So
Oh, yeah, when you put your hand under there, it's better. Okay, that's good.
this is good now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So everybody can see it. Hi, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Hmm.
Krista Gramer. Yep, Krista Gramer joining us. Be sure and catch the show today, the podcast today with Krista Gramer. Had a great time. And go to uh, wetalkfiber.com/2020 Nashville and see Krista's Nashville releases. Some others too, but see Krista's. Yep, great time talking to Krista. Thanks for doing that, Krista. Good conversation.
Hmm.
We had
Sorry, I
fun.
couldn't join you, Krista. I wanted to.
Yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to be stitching, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to not talk, and I'm supposed to be talking.
Okay, then I can do that.
Okay. All right. We got 70. We got about 73 with us. So I'm going to say that today is sponsored by Fire Poppies Stitchery, located in Summerville, North Carolina. All the people down there are just as Southern hospitality as always, and they have several events that go on there every week. I was really impressed with the list of things that they have going on.
Yeah, she's not messing
So,
around there, is she?
no, she sure isn't. And it's a lot of things that I've not seen any other shop do. So I am going to tell you what is going on at Fire Poppies Stitchery in Summerville, North Carolina. They are listing all as fast as they can as the designers release the pictures of their designs coming out at Nashville. All Nashville releases are posted. Pre-orders are in the online shop only for right now. So if you have um, desires for any of the Nashville releases that are being slowly trickling out, come on over to Fire Poppies Stitchery and get your pre-orders in
And
on their on.
and we have them at WeTalkFiber.com, Nashville, 2020 Nashville /2020 Nashville. We have some that she doesn't have, and she has some that we don't have. But her connection, Fire Poppy's connection information is there, so you can order the ones that we don't that she doesn't have that we do from her. She'll take care of you.
Are they in North Carolina or South Carolina? I thought I looked up on the
South
website.
Carolina, I think.
Okay. Well, sorry. Thank you, Poppy Stitcher. All right. So Poppy Stitcher told me that I am wrong. It is in South Carolina, Summerville, South Carolina. So, but the website is still the same, firepoppies.com. All right. In the shop, if you go there or if you buy fabric from them, they will serge the fabric. They will also make working copies of your patterns for you if you need that done. They have a sewing machine on hand for customer use. That impressed me. Special orders galore. Whatever you need specially ordered, they can do it for you. And for online orders, they ship within 24 hours of all in-stock merchandise. They do not, oh, wait a minute. We do not sell anything we don't actually have on hand. So if they don't have it on hand, they don't sell it to you. I guess it's not listed on the website either. We are featuring a trunk show from Under the Sea Fabrics in the shop starting on February 15th, 2020, and that trunk show will run for 2 full weeks. They have a wonderful stitching space, and they do, because if you follow them on Facebook, they have posted the stitching space, and it is absolutely gorgeous and very comfortable looking. And so they have a wonderful stitching space that is used for plenty of open stitching time, classes, as well as themed stitch-ins each month, such as Harry Potter stitching, Christmas all year long, fans of all things Halloween, a general monthly shop stitch-in, Ann Roberts hats sow, a boys' night, whoa, a boys' night, quarterly PJ party.
Guys do this stuff too, you know.
I know, that's great.
Guys do this stuff too, yeah.
Quarterly PJ parties, 24 hours. I would really enjoy.
I ain't doing
PJ
that.
Party. That would be right up my alley.
No.
PJ parties.
Pass.
I would live in my PJs if I could. PJ parties, 24 hours of cross stitch challenges. That sounds great. And there's a lot more, they said, and that's a pretty lengthy list right there. Anyways, they have a whole bunch of themed stitch-ins, and they have a class on thread painting that is upcoming on April 4th. They are registering now. It is $30 for the class, and it is limited to 12 students. So you live near Summerville, South Carolina, which is near Charleston. Is that not correct? Isn't it near Charleston?
Sure.
Hey, Poppy Stitcher, is that near Charleston?
Sure. I look at a map.
Will be taught by Leslie Brady. The painting class, the thread painting class, will be taught by Leslie Brady of the Magnolia Chapter EGA. A lot of the information above is available on the website under the calendar tab. So there you go. Fire Poppies Stitchery. Thank you to Fire Poppy Stitchery, a new sponsor here at Fiber Talk, and they are sponsoring Gary's Stitch With Me today and Arlene. Is that correct? Arlene's Wednesday chat.
Arlene shows, and Susan Winter, the owner, will be our guest next Sunday.
Awesome. So thank you, Fire Poppy Stitcheries.
So I'll find out where she's at next Sunday. How's that? I'll ask her, if she's near Charleston. I'll ask her if she's in South Carolina. I'll get all those answers for you, Vanna.
Okay. I believe I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, I'm here to help
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate that.
I'll take care of that for you. You just don't sweat it.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm pretty certain I talked to Susan a couple of weeks, well, maybe it was been a long time ago now, but I'm pretty certain one of her little helpers that was in there told me, come on down to visit Charleston. So I'm assuming that they were close, and then come visit them if I was ever in Charleston. And I think they're close to Charleston.
Road trip.
So there you
Road
go.
trip. Yep.
Okay, Rachel Herbert. Somerville is about 25 miles from Charleston.
Oh, look
So
at
there you
you.
go.
Look at that. Good guess, Vanna.
I try to do my best work all the time.
Pulled that out of your left ear.
Yeah, right. I didn't get the North Carolina or the South Carolina right, but whatever.
Pulled that out. That's only because the only city you know in South Carolina is Charleston, so you went with that.
I guess. Yeah, that's true.
That's what that was. Yeah. You hoped. Got lucky.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start. People can start asking questions because I am the MC for today. All right, so let's see. Is it cold in Indiana? Teal Elder says it is cold in Indiana, and Cindy Zufall said it's 70 degrees here in South Texas. And hello. So hello.
She wins.
I'm glad you're warm.
She wins.
Okay, let's see. We've got people from South Carolina. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm lying. That was Rachel telling me that Somerville was in South Carolina. Okay, let's see.
Rachel's actually in Toronto.
Melissa Gay, we met her down at Sassy Jack. She's there. She's here from Tennessee. We've got Nova Scotia, Canada. Let's see. Columbus, Ohio. Oh, Karen Quick. She's one of my buddies. One that goes to. Hi, Karen. Goes to the retreat that I go to at Berlin.
Oh.
Snowy Colorado's here.
You know what I hate?
There's some. What?
This is what I hate. When you're stitching and you snag your hand on the thread underneath the canvas and pull it out of the needle.
Oh, that stinks.
You know that one? I hate that one.
Yeah, I don't like that very much either.
No.
Leslie from Wisconsin is here. Are you having any cheese right now, Leslie? I just had some, let's see, what is that called? Palmetto cheese, which is made with Wisconsin cheese, but I think it is made in South Carolina. And I just had some of that.
Okay, Vana. Take a deep breath now.
It's delicious. Have you ever tried that? Palmetto cheese?
No.
Oh gosh, it's very good. I know it's made in South Carolina because isn't South Carolina's
the Palmetto cheese factory of the capital of the world?
No. But it does. Don't they have it has that like bent palm tree with a star or moon or something? Man. Isn't that South Carolina's state? Look, I think it is.
Sure, sounds good.
Okay, that's good.
Not much help on that. Sorry.
There's lots of people here from South Carolina. Here's Deborah Neely. She says it's 37 here in Pickens, South Carolina. Judy Gibbons says it's 68 in coastal Mississippi. Leslie in Wisconsin is not having any cheese right now.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, we've got somebody from Helsinki, Finland.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Jessica is here.
Jessica Grimm checking in. All right.
From Bavaria, Germany. Cindy Zufall wants to know, what is the name of that oval stitch, Gary?
This is a road stitch. It's just a simple road. Yeah, just a simple road stitch. But I'm anchoring the back. Yeah, just a simple road stitch. I shouldn't say simple because they're not usually oblong like this. But it's Debbie Rowley, so that happens. But yeah, it's just a road stitch. I'm doing it with what is it? There it is. She doesn't use this particular one, Glitz and Glamour Opal. It doesn't have a normal thread in it. Everything is different. This is silk lame braid, 18 count silk lame braid that I'm using for these road stitches. for this particular one. This is the back side here. I got to flip it over, but um, uh, yeah, she's got all kinds of weird threads in this. This is her series, her Glitz and Glamour series. This is an old one. Is uh, she just has all kinds of jewels. And why are we getting this background noise?
It's probably my furnace. Sorry,
No, I hear
my
talking.
furnace.
I don't
Oh,
know.
it's
I hear
not
talking.
me.
It's driving me nuts. So anyway, this is her Glitz and Glamour Opal series, and it's the design is it's not my typical design. I don't normally do these, but it's the challenge of it because there's Jessica's and uh, like she takes these Jessicas right here. Can we see? Am I pointing to the right one?
I,
Yeah,
I'm having a lag.
yeah. So here I'll back out. So she has like these Jessicas here. These are done in a silk pearl, and then she has some neon rays stuff that goes in the middle of these, so they look like little jewels. And then these Jessicas here are a little different. They're wide open in the middle, and then you put more neon rays stuff in them. All kinds of is really frustrating because nothing on this thing is flat. Everything sparkles in some way, and it's just this collection, like an opal would look like, of just all kinds of textured bumps and different stitches. But it's a lot of fun to do. It's just a nice challenge, and then as we go along, then I'm filling in the gaps just with a white silk, just to fill it in, so we don't see all these holes here in the middle. Um, so I go back every now and then just for mindless stuff, and just stitch and fill in. Let's see if I can focus that better. So yeah, I just fill in here just to give it make it a little better, so it's not just all open holes. But this is one of her older designs. She has a whole series. I bet there's a dozen or 15 of these glitz and glamour things. They're all 6 by 6 inch little projects, and they're a lot of fun. You get to do a whole bunch of different stitches, and get to or have to, I don't know how you view it, work with different threads. Like now this what right here, these are rose stitches too, but more of a square, and that's done with this fireworks shiny stuff. And this can be fireworks soft sheen, and these can be, it's a ribbon. You can see it's a ribbon. Does it show? Yeah, it's a ribbon thing, and fortunately doesn't stretch because some of that Rainbow Gallery stuff stretches, but this doesn't. But it's just beautiful, and yeah, you're not getting any of the sheen. It's hard to see it on the camera, of course, but yeah. So this is just fun. I started this a long time ago and actually was charging right ahead on the thing, but then it got set aside for other things. But the picture on this is just terrible. But I'll show you. There's the picture. That's what the center. I'm working around the center now. But that's what the center looks like. It's all charted canvas, and
Yeah.
yeah, fun to do. Fun to do.
Yeah. So it's charted canvas or counted canvas work, right? And that's what
Right.
it's called
Yeah,
too.
comic canvas. Yeah, either way. Yeah. Yeah.
And there's several people that have said that they would like to learn how to do this, and I would encourage you to try. I think the simplest ones to start trying is Nancy's needle, don't you?
Oh yeah, because that's just pretty much mindless one stitch kind of thing. Yeah, she does amazing things with just one or two stitches and different threads. But
Right.
yeah, that's definitely a place to start if you're hesitant at all. But now, like I
Right.
show, like this is Debbie's this is Debbie's instructions for a road stitch. So, you can see here. I put a little more like that. You can see how she just makes these giant charts and whoops.
People are saying that we're having poor quality sound. Is it any better now? Because I can hear you fine.
I hear me fine too. I hear you fine. Who are they having
Okay.
trouble hearing?
I don't know. Helene Gahuli said poor sound quality. She's just saying.
Oh, okay.
And we're using earbuds, not a speaker or not a microphone, because
right.
that's the best when we do these
Yeah.
videos.
No, I haven't changed anything. It should be.
I haven't changed anything either.
But this is the kind of thing that with Debbie Rowley's charts, which is why I say you can easily do her charts. That's the road stitch that I just finished, and you can see she shows a great big. I mean, that's a third of a page. Shows the full grid and where to come up and where to go down all the way around. It's very simple. Her directions are like that, and all the way through. So it's really even stuff that would be normally you would view as complex. She makes it so that it really isn't. Like that's that it's pretty easy to follow. But yeah, Nancy's needle stuff is yeah, that's pretty easy stuff, and you get a beautiful piece out of it. I've done 2 or 3 of hers. I actually own a bunch of her charts, but have done 2 or 3 of hers. And yeah, you really get like that one you're working on. What is that?
Shades of Autumn.
Yeah, she really does a nice job with some very basic stuff, and it makes it fun. And it's the kind of thing where you can just sit and mindlessly stitch away. So yeah, this this one here, like this is an older design, I think, as I said, of Debbie's, and so like these road stitches. In her newer design, she tells you what length of thread to cut, but it's a 3 foot length. You have to you have to experiment a little bit to stitch a couple to get the right length, and then of course write it down. But it's a 3 foot length that you work with to do one of these road stitches, and then you'll end up with like 6 inches long if you don't mess up things. But that's one of the things with these kinds of stitches is you need to know how long of a piece to cut before you start, because there's no way you can do that and in 2 pieces. It'll it'll just get messed up. The tension will get screwed up. So you want to do it with one long piece, and you have to take your time when you do that to get it to get everything right and not tangle up your thread, because it's real easy to do. But yeah, but these things look intimidating, and I know it freaks people out to see these kinds of designs, but they're really not difficult at all. I mean, you're just doing these single stitches that cover a bunch of ground, and they're just not difficult to do, and the instructions are so good that I mean, I think anybody can pick one of these things up and have a lot of fun with them, and learn a lot too. This particular one, I would not suggest that you start with this because of the types, not because of the stitches, but because of the types of threads. She just has a lot of weird, slippery, shiny threads, and like this one that I'm going to do now is a ribbon, and you got to use a laying tool to make sure it lays flat, and it's a lot of monkeying around to get the shiny opaline look that she's after. Worth it, but I wouldn't recommend, if you're not used to this kind of thread, I wouldn't recommend you start with it because it can get really frustrating.
Yes, Jessica. Sassy Jacks is going to do a kit for the Debbie Rowley Royal Garden Stitch Along.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
Yep, she is packaging them up. Well, she's in Germany now, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
But yeah, she and Debbie have been working, getting charts, a supply of charts. Yeah, we're doing that. We started that early so that when we get ready to do this, that Kim will have the supplies and people won't have to wait, that we'll be able to start on July 5th, the big day, big exciting day.
Yeah.
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 Yep. For some
Yeah.
of us, it's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Some is
For
exciting. Yeah.
others, it's, whatever.
Yeah. It's just whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever.
So,
Okay. So do we want to talk you want me to start talking, just for the first time about what the special project
yeah.
or,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So for some of you may know that Dr. Gloria Seaman Allen passed away this past November, and she was a mentor and friend of Barbara Hudson, who is Queenstown Sampler, the designer behind, or the reproduction artist behind Queenstown Samplers. And she was one of the most important scholars and authors in the field of American schoolgirl samplers and needlework. She has a very popular book that she authored, and her career began with her tenure at the Daughters of the American Revolution Museum in the late 1980s, and it continues as an independent scholar through seminal and highly important books and exhibitions. Her books, well known to needle researchers, as are several books about quilts. Dr. Allen was an important member of the Sampler Archive Project and served on its advisory boards from its inception. The scholarship and great precision of research evidenced by Dr. Allen will be built upon by curators in the future, collectors, and scholars for many generations to come. And her passing on November 16th, 2019, is a loss to many. To honor Dr. Allen, a core group of those who worked very closely with her identified an appropriate gift that will be made in her honor and memory. While researching the Delaware Sampler book, which is one of her most very popular books, it's called Delaware Schoolgirl Samplers, Dr. Allen became aware of two samplers made under the direction of teacher Eliza Norris, and they held particular interest for her. One of the samplers, Mary Orr, 1831, has become available on the market, and it is this sampler that will be gifted to the Winterthur Museum of Wilmington, Delaware, in honor of the memory of Dr. Gloria Seaman Allen. Several of her friends and colleagues have already made pledges towards the purchase of the Mary Orr sampler, but the price of the sampler is $10,500, and the total collected to date is $2,500. To add your name to the list of those contributing to the purchase and donation of the Mary Orr sampler in honor of Gloria Allen, please send a check payable to the Winterthur Museum to Miss Linda Eaton, Director of Collections and Senior Curator of Textiles, at 5101 Kennett Pike, Winterthur, Delaware, 19735. Or to contribute with credit card payment, follow the link, and we will give this link and all of this information on our wetalkfiber.com website. And are we going to put it under this video
Yep.
when we post it, Gary?
Yep.
Okay.
We will.
So it's really, the link is inside.winterthur.org/give. After selecting a donation amount, set the designation to other and enter to honor Gloria. To help raise money, Fiber Talk is conducting a drawing of 6 gift certificates. And these gift certificates are all from those shops that have supported and sponsored Fiber Talk. If you donate at least $10 toward the purchase of Mary Orr for the memory and honor of Dr. Gloria Seaman Allen, after you donate, please send an email to Vonna at wetalkfiber.com, and we'll use the honor system for these contributions. So if you make a contribution You send me an email saying that you made a contribution towards the purchase of this sampler. And if you do that, your name will be put in the drawing for one of the 6 gift certificates from the sponsors of Fiber Talk for purchase, for stash, or a special project, or whatever. Contributions must be made by midnight Eastern Time, March 14th. The drawing will be held on March 15th. The certificates will be, again, from our sponsors, one each in the amount of $50 from Sassy Jacks and The Attic, and 4 $25 gift certificates to Fire Poppies, Needle in a Haystack, Shepherd's Needle, and Stitchy Box. So I know that that was a lot of words and a lot of talking, but we will put this on our website. This is a piece of our history. It's a piece of American history, a schoolgirl sampler, one that was very important to Dr. Allen. And if you so wish to help preserve history and something that we are all doing with our 2 hands is, making our own history in needlework, please consider making a contribution to the purchase of the sampler for Dr. Allen's memory, and then send me an email, and I will be happy to put your list on the way, name on the list for one of those 6 gift certificates that we will be drawing winners for.
Yeah,
So,
we're giving the gift certificates. The shops don't even know we're doing this because I haven't told them yet.
yeah,
So, but it's okay. I'm sure they'll be happy
yeah,
to sell us gift certificates. I'm not worried about that.
right.
But yeah,
No, and Barbara Hudson contacted Gary and I last week, and we discussed what Gary asked me what he thought that we could do to help with this campaign in preserving, a sampler, and then to the dedication of the sampler to the museum. And I said, how about we, do some gift certificates from our sponsors? And he agreed. And so Fiber Talk is purchasing those gift certificates and offering them up to those in thanks for donations to the project. So
yeah, we'll post a picture. You don't have to look very far in the sampler world to find pictures of this sampler that they're trying to save, and or that they want to preserve and have at Winterthur. It's an impressive one. Really nice. So, well, I'll put a picture up somewhere so you can see it. But it's just a way to help this out in memory of Dr. Allen and do a great thing. And of course, having it at Winterthur means it'll be handled properly, taken care of, preserved, displayed, all the things that we would hope for out of something like this. So I think that's great. I think it's a great way to remember someone, um, assuming they can raise the money, and they're well on their way. I mean, it was 2,500, and then uh, somebody was gonna. I think it was Barbara Hudson's guild was gonna donate. She thought another chunk of money. I'm not sure how much, but yeah, it's just a neat thing. I'm really glad they're doing it, and I know she was really a close friend of Barbara's and mentor, so it's important to Barbara too. And I will not deny I'm a big Barbara Hudson fan. So if we can help her, we're helping her.
yep, absolutely. And it's important, I think, for the preservation of history
Yep.
and needlework and to honor someone that loved it so much.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's a neat
that's
thing. It's neat when
what,
we can do this stuff.
yeah, absolutely. So I think Deborah Neely is asking who is watching TV or there's feedback. I think if you go along as she gets further into the video, I think she probably just joined us, that she'll realize that it's gotten taken care of. I don't know why the feedback is. I'm downstairs by myself and nobody is
Nope.
around me.
Nothing on here.
So
The feedback noise I was getting. The feedback noise I was getting is gone now. I don't know because I was hearing talking.
Yeah, there's nobody even on the first floor. I'm in the basement and they're
No,
all on the second floor.
it's
So
absolute silence.
I
I'm
don't
not
know
hearing
who they
anything. But yeah, I'm not
Okay.
getting anything now because there for a while it was annoying. But um,
Sorry. I don't know where it was
I
coming
don't know what
from.
to. I'm not sure what we can do.
No. No.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So anyways, yeah, I don't either. Sorry. Sorry. It's just a blip. Maybe it was aliens. Who knows? Okay, so any questions? Anything I saw up above is Joni Raimundo is asking talk about to first she asked about the queen, but then she asked again about talk about your laying tool. So
Oh,
Gary, talk about your laying tool.
okay. Hang on just a second. I got to get these little threads trimmed
What
off here.
was it? The BLT?
Yeah, it's the BLT. It's the Jacobari BLT thing. Ah, if you're not careful, you get stabbed with it. Arrow. Is it visible there? Yeah. Yeah, this is my favorite tool. I think they're like $20. They're all metal, but I mean, it's right down to a very sharp point and square. You can see it's square. Whoops, squared up. Yeah, I think the Jacobari or best laying tool is typically what they're marketed as, but they're just smooth as silk. They don't, the metal is just highly polished, and this is my go-to piece. I use this thing probably 80% of the time, mainly because, especially when I'm doing a needlepoint like this, I often have it, I just keep it in my hand because I use it all the time for different things, not just for laying things. And this just stays in my hand quite nicely. So, yeah, I mean, this thing it's just always there right along with the needle. Then another one that I have is, it has I'm bothered by the noise. I hope it's gone away because I'm not hearing anything now. Um, I hope people aren't getting annoyed with that. This is one I had that was made for me by someone who makes laying tools. I asked for a short one, and this thing is, um, yeah, it's 3 inches long. Just a little wood one, 3 inches long. And I use this a lot too because it's another easy one to keep in my hand. I'm not a big fan of big, long laying tools because I have a couple of them. I just find them annoying. And now I just dropped my laying tool. I just find big, long ones annoying to deal with. They're too long. But then there's a couple people in the needlepoint guild who they can't work with short ones. They want long ones. So whatever. But this one, yeah, this is best laying tool. I think they're like $20, and one of those things that you buy one and you'll have it for the rest of your life because it's solid metal. It's not going anywhere. I would not recommend taking them on an airplane though. I have a feeling that you would not get to come home with it because
No, I would say that is true.
it's definitely a long stabbing tool, no doubt about it. That one of my that short one, that short wood one, I take that. That's the one I take when I travel because it doesn't even show up on X-rays because it's wood. So that I take
Mm-hmm.
that with me. And I have two long ones, one a long wood one, and then I bought one of those African porcupine quill things. I have no idea why I spent the $50 on it, but I did. I hate it, but whatever.
Yeah, this Gillian Kirby is saying the Tikobari is squared on the handle, so if you drop it, it won't roll away.
Right.
So is the best laying tool as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I didn't know. I don't know that they're two different things. I think they're both pretty much are the same product, just what name you call them. But
Yeah.
it doesn't roll anywhere. It's beautiful.
You
It's
can use a chopstick too.
yeah. Yep.
You can use a chopstick. You can use a like a what are the shish kebab sticks? You can use anything. You can use a knitting needle, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got some.
If I used a chopstick or something like that, I would definitely take a piece of sandpaper to it just to make sure it's nice and smooth.
Yeah. Okay, so Gary, again, say what your piece is. It is by
Oh, it's
Debbie Rowley.
Yeah, Debbie Rowley's Glitz and Glamour Opal. It's out of
Glitz and Glamour.
out of her Glitz and Glamour series. Um, I keep turning the wrong knob here, but it's her Glitz and Glamour series. She has for all kinds of gemstones. She has a whole series, each one focusing on a gemstone, and this one is opal. Um, yeah, if basically the reason I'm doing this one, it's not my kind of chart, but the reason I'm doing it is it was given to me with the threads. If I were gonna do it myself, I would have changed the threads, opal or not, but to different colors. But it was given to me as a whole kit, and so I said I was smart enough to say thank you and then put it to use. Pretty much what that comes down to. And it's fun to stitch. It's a fun stitch. It's 6 by 6 inches, so it's not a monster. Not going to take forever if you actually stitch on it,
Right.
which I don't. But
Right.
yeah, we the last time we were talking about all of our whips and what we were going to get done really got me thinking about some of these old ones I've had sitting around forever that I really ought to get to work on them. So
Right.
yeah. Now here's a.
Yeah, that's why I.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
Oh, here's a.
Here's a what?
I need something dark here. Here's a tip if you're doing these ribbons, these multi-stranded fireworks ribbons. When you cut
Mm-hmm.
the end, cut it at an angle. Now, of course, I was going to show that, but now I can't show it. There, cut it at an angle, and then it'll go in the needle easier. If you cut it off square, it tends to splay all out. But yeah, just cut it at like a 45-degree angle.
There you go.
Works better. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Judy Gibbons wanted to know how come she didn't have a clue what a laying tool was for, and it's exactly what the word laying tool basically means is that it helps you lay your threads. So if you're working with large threads or multiple threads, you just when you come up with your thread, you go over the laying tool and then just kind of ease it down through the hole so that they lay side by side. Or if it's a ribbon, the ribbon lays flat or what have you. Or you can use it to stab your canvas when you're making eyelet stitches to make the hole large. And there's all kinds of uses for laying tools, right?
Oh yeah, I mean I use it a lot. I use it a lot just to maintain tension on these stitches. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
have it in my hand to hold what I've already stitched to keep it
Mm-hmm.
from loosening back up till I get the next stitch in. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
use it, especially when I'm doing needlepoint. I use a laying tool. It's pretty much in my hand all the time. It's just something that to me is almost essential in terms of, especially with when you're doing Rhodes and Jessicas and these kinds of things, to keeping the tension, because you don't want when you're doing these things that are multiple wraps around a circle or an oval or whatever, you don't want the ones underneath getting loose. You want the tension to stay the same all the way around, because if they get loose and sloppy, then you lose the stitch integrity. And so, yeah, I use the laying tool all the time to just to maintain that tension all the way through. So,
Yeah. Gillian Kirby has a helpful comment that if you want to smooth out wrinkles and ribbons, you can use a travel size hair flat iron.
yes,
So
I've heard that
there you
works.
go. FYI.
But see,
Or you can just use the hotel iron.
yeah, it's interesting that she brings that up though, because for instance, this fireworks stuff here, you can see that. I mean, it's been wrapped around the card. It's an old card, been wrapped around the card a whole bunch of times, and so it has creases. But when I stitch it, I pull it tight enough that the creases just go away. So I've never really felt a burning need to flatten those things out. And here I'm just doing an L stitch That's one of the things that's beautiful about stitches like road stitches is I'm just doing an L stitch basically in the center of the of where the stitch is going to go, and then that gets covered up, and there's a great big lump when you get done. There's a great big lump in the middle anyway, so you can't see the L stitch. So it's an easy way to start these things in space where you don't have something to anchor to otherwise, or don't want to anchor to. Like for instance, if I, where am I at here? Out of focus and everything else. Here. Sorry, folks. Adjusting the camera. There, I think.
Judy is asking, is it just mainly a needlepoint tool? No, it's not.
No,
It's
no.
it can be used for any type of thread work. A trolley needle is the same thing, and many people are similar to the same thing, and it's used in cross stitch or any kind of needlework. Uh, it's just whatever you want to use it for. I've seen lots of people use it just for cross stitch, just to get if they're doing multiple threads so that the threads lay side by side.
Yeah, oh yeah. If I were doing two strands, I would probably lay them before I would railroad them, just because I think I'd get a better result out of it. Yeah, no doubt.
Right. And
Yeah.
crewel, you can use it in crewel work. You can use it in anything. There's no stitch police. Okay. Uh, somebody, Yekaterina Hostler said that she loves the term stitch integrity and she has never heard it before. Did you say stitch integrity?
Yeah, I did. I
I'm not
did.
even listening close. Maybe I've heard you say it before. It didn't.
That's all right. I'm used to you
Stitch
not
integrity.
listening. It's all right, really.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
sweat it.
Thanks.
Don't sweat it. I'm used.
I've got a lot going on here.
Is that what that's what it
I'm
is?
Yeah, I'm trying to field questions, make sure everybody's hearing everything right. There's no feedback. There's
Boy,
no aliens in my yard. I've got lots of stuff I'm
boy.
trying to make sure happens so we can give a quality show here.
I'm starting to feel sorry for you here.
I know, right?
Yeah. Now see here's an example. So like this is a ribbon, and I don't want this ribbon getting twisted. I don't care what happens on the back side, but I don't want this ribbon getting twisted on the front side because I want it to lay absolutely flat because I'm going to pile a whole bunch of strands on top of each other. So if I have twisting, then it will ruin the look. It will the surface will not look right. So can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you for those who don't know how to use a laying tool, you start here where you came up on this end, and then you just brush, roll it, move it, whatever, toward where you went down, and that will make it lay flat. And then you pull it down, and then as you pull the thread down, you ease the laying tool out, and that gives you a nice flat. That makes that ribbon lie dead flat on the canvas, and then I'll come up again. And I literally, it does not matter to me what happens on the back side, but so I'll come up again, and then I'll go down in the hole. Are we seeing that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, I lay that. You see, I haven't even pulled the thread is not even nearly down all the way through. So I'll lay that tool right on the thread, right at the base where I came up of the hole, and that forces it to be flat coming out of the hole. And then I just simply go up over and ease it back down, and then that makes that lie flat. And in explaining it and doing it this way, it looks like it would take forever, but it really doesn't. It goes right quite quickly. But uh, so that's how you do it. So then we just do another one, but you got to find where the thread is flat. You want to make sure it's flat. So like that, and see it wanted to twist, but the minute I pull up on it and ease it over, it flattens right out. And you want that to come up. You want it to come up out of the hole flat, and you can improve things if you're careful about what happens on the backside. and sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not, but I really don't care if it gets twisted. And now, like this one, see, has come up twisted. So I got to flip it inside out and go like that there. Now, see, now I can make that lay flat. I don't know if that's showing up. It'd be easier if I had a black thread on white canvas. But now I've got a flat thing. So see, these are all laying absolutely flat. Here, let me see if I can get closer. Because it's not. Just give me a second. It's too shiny and glittery to show. Yeah, bad thread for this example. But anyway, that's what we're doing is coming up like that um, each time, and then using the laying tool to make that thread lay flat. So this one came up clean in the right direction. So this is pretty straightforward. This is just laying the tool on there, and you just stroke it back and then pull it down, and it lays flat. And once you get going, and you want to in this kind of stuff, you want to tug, you want to put I do anyway, put a decent tug on the thread, because that locks it in place on the canvas, and it keeps it keeps the stitch integrity the way it's supposed to be. It keeps the stitch consistent throughout, and you can see how important tension is as I go around the horn here. If you have something sloppy underneath, things are going to start shifting and moving, and you don't want that. So you want the tension to be the same with each stitch all the way around, even though most of them are covered up. It's important, at least to me, it's important that you have the same tension all the way around. And so I use the laying tool. I hold my finger to make sure that stitch doesn't pop back up. Any number of things to keep that tension even with each stitch, so that when I'm finished, I know that the stitch top to bottom has essentially the same tension, and it's not going to get all squirmy under there. So, and maybe it's me being too picky, but it's just the way I am.
Kathy Culverwell said that her metal laying tool has a very small notch on it, and it catches her thread. How does she get your tool smooth again? I think you need a new tool, Kathy. Sorry to say that.
Somebody has a grinder.
Yeah, if you have a grinder, you can get it down, but sometimes
Yeah.
I think I don't know that you can get it as smooth as what you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah.
Because my BLT had a notch on it too, and um, so I had to get a new one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
would.
so
I would find someone with a grinder though and take a stab at it anyway. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're
My
right. You're right. It's just easier to buy a new one.
It's just easier to get a new one. Okay, so I would like to know, what is everybody stitching on? Because I'm not stitching on anything. I'm just watching Gary stitch, but I know that's because I have to be the MC today. So I would like to know, what are some of the things that you all are stitching on today? If you have a keyboard by you, and while you are telling me what you're stitching on, I am again going to say thank you to Fire Poppies for sponsoring our Stitch with Gary. And I'm going to run through quickly some of the things that Fire Poppies, which is located in Summerville, South Carolina.
Is that North
Was that
Carolina or
right?
South Carolina? Which is that?
um,
Is that near Charleston? Have you been there?
no, I haven't.
Oh, I bet that's near
Okay.
Charleston. You ought to look at a map and see.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Fire Poppies is listing all the Nashville releases and the designers that they are releasing their Nashville charts for pre-orders on their online shop website at poppiesstitchery.com. They surge fabric when you purchase it at Buyer Poppies, and they make working copies for you if you need working copies made. They have a sewing machine on hand in shop for customer use. They do special orders. And for all online orders, they ship within 24 hours of all in stock merchandise, which this means they do not sell anything that they do not actually have in hand at their shop. Okay. So they are featuring a trunk show of under the sea fabrics for the next, on February 15th, 2020 for 2 weeks. It'll run for 2 weeks in the shop, Fire Poppies Stitchery in Summerville, South Carolina. What is it? Is it South Carolina?
I think it's West Virginia.
I
think it's West
it's South
Virginia. I think
Carolina.
you need to take a look.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I think it's West Virginia. I'm not.
I've made myself all messed up. Okay. So Fire Poppies has several
Could be Tennessee. I don't
theme
know.
theme stitch alongs that they have every month. One of them, I'm just going to run through them real quick. Harry Potter stitching, Christmas all year long, fans of all things Halloween, a general monthly shop stitching, Ann Roberts hats sal, boys night, quarterly PJ parties, and 24 hours of cross stitch challenges. And there's lots more. They have a class on April 4th that they are registering for right now. It is called Thread Painting. It is going to be taught by Leslie Brady of the Magnolia Chapter EGA, and it is $30 for the class. And they are limiting it to 12 students. All of this information and much more is available on firepoppies.com. Okay, there you go. And I'm going to run through some of the people, some of the things, because boy, lots of people have said what they're, stitching on.
Well, you asked.
Okay, let's see. Let me go back up.
You'd have been highly offended if nobody responded, right?
Yeah, right. I would have said signing out, Bonna out. Okay, so 13 Colonies by Little House Needlework. That's
Nobody
a very
will
nice
tell
one.
me.
Yeah, nobody will care. So signing off. Okay, a Bristol Squirrel, Chris Longmore. We met Chris at the Bristol thing and maybe Chris had been there before with you at a sampler symposium or whatever, but she was there for the Bristol. So Chris, great. I'll be happy or anxious to see that. Jenny Bean for the Parlor by Shakespeare Pettifer. I can't talk.
Easy for you to say,
Jenny
yeah.
Bean. I know, right? Jenny
Yeah.
Bean for the Parlor by Shakespeare's Peddler. I love that one, Jennifer. I have all the charts. Have I started it? No. Okay, Charlene Chikoki. I can't say your last name, Charlene, and I apologize. I'm just a hick from Southern Indiana. More Chocolate Bunnies by Hands On Design. I met a lady yesterday for the first time. She asked me to lunch, and her very nice husband took me to lunch yesterday to meet. And she lives about an hour from me, and she showed me a finish of her Chocolate Bunnies by Hands On Design, and it was her first flat fold that she ever made using my tutorial, and it was gorgeous. So, Nina, I think you're watching. Thank you for yesterday, and your Chocolate Bunnies was great. And Charlene, I'm sure your more Chocolate Bunnies is going to be great. And how are you going to finish it? All right. Jessica Grimm is working on gold work lettering sampler for the conference that she's doing in Munich on epigraphy next week. That just puts a whole nother level on my question. What are you working on? Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blackbird Designs. Blackbird Design, Little Birds. Julie is stitching on that. Glowing Stitches is stitching on Home of a Needleworker 2 by Little House Needleworks. Kathy Culverwell says that she is stitching on Christmas Garden by Blackbird's Design, and if the grinder doesn't work, she's going to buy a new lane tool. Teal Elder is working on a Jacobean tree, but it's in cross stitch. And I'm thinking that was in the Just Cross Stitch magazine, I think. Is that the one, Teal? Okay, Liz J is stitching on the sampler, Harriet Elizabeth Coe. Who was that? Who did that one? Harriet Elizabeth Coe. I feel like that. I know that, but I can't think of it. Krista Kramer is working on the Ann Roberts sampler. Becky Allen is stitching on A Savior's Praise by Shakespeare's Peddler. Have that started? Am I working on it? No. How do you, okay, here's another word, or name, Marryse. What is that? How do you say that? Gary, how do you say
Oh,
that?
you're asking me.
Yeah, I mean, they're not talking to me. Marryse. That's, I don't know how to, Mary's, I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know. Oh, sorry. But that nice lady, I'm butchering her name, I'm certain, is stitching Quaker Seasons of Friendship. Valerie Rennell is no stitching, but she's sorting floss. That's a big job, Valerie. Helene is stitching Harriet Salt. I'm crossing stitches. 365 is Waxing Moon Designs. Love, sweet love. Canna Loggy is stitching Jane Bannister by Hats. Twin Peaks Primitives, Pam's Main is what Laureen McQuaid is stitching.
ABC News just called me. They want you to come and do news for them because you're really good with names.
Hey, listen, friend. Stacy R's. Stacy is another friend of mine from Columbus. She is finishing up Lizzie Kate's freebie Valentine chart. And what are you going to finish it as, Stacy? Okay, Maria B. Bluebird Out My Window by Brenda Gervais. Judy Stone is stitching on Many Spirits of the Savannah by Hade. Her goal is 750 stitches this weekend. Go,
Ooh.
Judy. Where are you at? Jay Ryan is stitching Jane Marshall. Josie Matthias is not stitching, but she was reading about MH1656, My Beloved's Gift, because the kid arrived and now she is scared. No reason to be scared. Look at me. I took on the Queen sampler and I'm doing all right. Not great, but okay. Claudia Miller.
That was a
Claudia
ringing
Miller.
endorsement.
You can do it. I mean, you can do it. If I can, plod along, you can too. Okay, Claudia Miller is stitching Jane Marshall. Elise is a full coverage chart, American Curl Cat. Never heard of that one. Judy Gibbons she's not stitching, but she's spending money ordering flosses from several sites. Well, you go, Judy. It's good to be ordering stuff. I do that quite often. Debbie Dowd is stitching Winter Robins by Lucy Heaton, and she just put down her Jane Marshall because she's missing some silk. Mrs. said it. Oh, no. Just put down my Jane Marshall 1857 by Hats with Mrs. Sada's silks. Well, I've never heard of those.
Oh,
The
let me tell you.
Evergreen.
Well, just a time out there.
Okay.
If you listen to the
I haven't listened.
Krista Kramer
Yeah.
conversation today, you will
Yeah.
learn about the Mrs. Sada's silks from Spain.
And that's what you were texting back and forth, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought. Yeah.
Thinking those need to be given a try here. Mm-hmm.
I am like, oh, that that I don't even want to listen now because now I'll be wanting something and I don't. I'm just like, my husband is like going to divorce me. Okay, the Evergreen Needle Museum Cell Sampler, 1826 of Yearland Sampler. Okay, Steph Norvis is stitching Elizabeth Charlotte Cotton. Is that Elizabeth Charlotte Cotton? I think that's a Carriage House sampling, but maybe I might be wrong. Um, let's see. Wait a minute. Oh no. Oh, I lost it. Wait a minute. Okay. Elva Hamill, Water Run by Chris Cummings. Winter Run by Chris Cummings, Water Run. Okay, let's see. Faith of the Heart by With Thy Needle and Thread and Rejoice by Lottie Da. Denise is doing two. She's not stitching on one, she's stitching on two. That's
All right.
something. Let's see. Working on Little House's Winter Whites. Bonnie is, and she's almost done. Mavis Trout is working on linen threads that one of their friends and something it didn't print. Chris Longmore is the Bristol Squirrel on 46 count weeks parchment over one with swaths or fiend. Chris, are you going to do that needle thing that we showed from? Oh gosh, that lady. What was her name? Victoria. Tori was the other lady, and she's teaching a class at the attic coming up. Oh, can't think of what her name is.
I lost you.
Let's see. That little squirrel circle thing that we did a video on because she didn't want to be on it.
Yeah.
She's a finisher.
Yeah.
And I said, see, something, something, that means whatever, whatever. And you go, really? Remember?
Yeah,
Because it was
I know.
another one of Bonna's.
Yeah, you were
Bonna's
showing
stupid
off there.
thing.
I didn't get that. Yeah.
Showing off. I
Yeah,
wasn't showing
you're
off. It was just that I was being my
incredible
I wasn't.
knowledge.
No. Oh, my incredible knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, you were.
That is now
You
that
were all
is
over that. Yeah.
Yeah. Denise Voss is Elizabeth Easton. Ooh, that's a good housewife. Got that one too. Kidded, in fact. Okay, Susan Haywood, Sampler Sunday, Little House Necessities. Susan is referring to I am the moderator at Little House Needleworks, and it's Sampler Sunday over there, and I'm the moderator of that group, and it's 52 Sundays in 2020. And we are stitching for 52 Sundays, a sampler of Little House Needleworks. You want to join Little House Needleworks and stitch one of their samplers? Or Country Cottage Needleworks want to stitch one of their samplers? Join the Facebook group. Barb Krantz is stitching 2018 Jingle All the Way by Praiseworthy Stitches for Santa Sunday stitching. I don't do Santa Sunday. Judy Gibbons is not stitching.
Tell me about Santa Sunday. That's
where people, like Sampler Sundays where people stitch only samplers.
Oops.
Santa Sunday is people that stitch Christmas stuff on Sundays.
Oh.
Or Santa on Sunday. I think it's kind of, you can stitch Christmas or stitch Santa on Sunday. Cindy Zufall is finishing. Well, that's good. She just attached a tatted edging to a bell pull and finished cross stitch of Primrose Carrot, a free design by Cricket Collection. Well, good for you, Cindy. Karen May is stitching the Old Scott circa 1740 and 1740 through 1760.
Hey, that's quite a sampler there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hats, isn't it?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Sean Matthews says she loves you guys. She meant us. Me and you, Gary.
Okay. Well,
hey,
thanks,
Sean,
thanks,
we love
Sean.
you too. Yeah, we love you too, Sean. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've had a hard week, Sean. You don't know how much that means to me. Judy Hall, Elizabeth Weston. She's fallen hard for Elizabeth Weston. Let me think about what that sound. Look, who is that? Elizabeth Weston. That's another hats, isn't it? Elizabeth Weston. Yeah, me too. Patsy Langford is on the bottom of the Jane Roberts the bottom band of Jane Roberts. Getting close to a finish.
There
Hoot
you go.
hoot. Or hoot hoot. Chugga chugga. Robin Gregg is stitching on the I Stitch Burgundy band sampler. Robin, you're going to be ahead of me because I have not finished last week's installment, and I haven't even started this week's installment. And let's talk about the Modern Folk Embroidery installment for February. Not started that either. Whew, just need some time. Elaine is stitching on Bloomtopia, but have to crochet on an afghan for grandson's wedding, which is at the end of March. Elaine, that's coming up really fast, girl. You need to get going on that. Oh, Charlene's saying not to feel well. She didn't say not to feel bad, but Charlene said that nobody can pronounce her last name. And
Oh, okay.
Charlene, I feel you. Not very many people can pronounce my name or say it correctly either. Because I'm either Vana, or Vanna, Donna, Bonna, all kinds of stuff. Fauna, I've been Fauna before. I understand. Patsy Langford, Jane Marshall. She was working. Langford said, "Oops, she's not worse." Jane Marshall was working on Ann Roberts. Okay. Sean Matthews said she just got here and it's over, but she'll watch it. Okay, Sean. With Thy Needle and Thread, Strawberries and Stripes. Leslie stitching that. Nina McKinley said, "Thank you, Vonna. We had so much fun yesterday." And my husband said he was so lucky because he got to have lunch with two beautiful ladies. Oh, that is a real gentleman right there. And a nice one. I like him. Okay, Teal said, "No, it's a kit by Colonial Needle." Oh, that was the Jacobean tree. Liz J. Harriet Elizabeth Coe. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Harriet Elizabeth Coe is a Brenda Gervais. Yep. You're right. I remember that now. Sorry. Flying by the seat of my pants here. And Linda Craig says, as she listens today and watch, she is stitching a heart freebie by La Grillis de Mars using cherry cobbler. So fun to do. And thanks for all you do for the stitching community, Gary. Thank you.
Hey,
From
no
Linda
problem.
Craig.
I like that cherry cobbler.
Yeah, I do too.
Not the food. Well, I
Yep.
like the food too, but the thread. Yeah.
Judy Stone says she has almost 650 stitches of her 750 that she's doing. That's
Go,
great.
Judy.
Yeah. Denise Voss says she thinks I deserve a beer. You know what? I do too, Denise. I'm really thinking about a finger whipped shot of whiskey before the day's over, to be honest with you. Heck with the beer. I'm going straight for the hard stuff. Joni says Harriet Salt. Misty Purcell says she's dyeing fabric today. And she told you, thanks for keeping her company, Gary. Okay, Mavis Trout. Mrs. Davis silks are fabulous. Thank you, Mavis. The crafts enthusiast says, howdy. Howdy back, the crafts enthusiast. All right, Krista Kramer. Oh, she's working on that Hands Across the Sea attic stitching along. You know, that one that,
Yeah, she
well,
started it.
you saw it.
She started
Yeah, Chris.
it.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. And then Elizabeth Cotton is the Carriage House samplings one.
Got nobody to
So
blame but yourself, Krista. No, actually, I'm sure she's
Jan,
enjoying it, but yeah, you can't let up once you start those suckers.
no. Jan J says she's stitching on Harriet Salt. You know, I have Harriet Salt. Did we
You
know
do.
this? Did we know that I have? We have Harriet. I have Harriet Salt kitted, as a matter of fact.
You do.
Like 2 big hanks of silk. Have I started it? No. Okay, Beth Woods, Modern Folk Embroidery, Stitch Along 2020. Beth, she's beating me too. Gina T. I'm stitching on True Love from Old Colonial Designs. It's a tuck pillow kit she purchased at an antique thrift store yesterday, and it's from the year 2000.
People find
That is what you call.
people find a lot of stuff, needlework stuff at antique stores. I don't ever go in those. Are those usually? Is that pretty typical? Seems like people find an
Uh,
awful lot of.
Like at thrift stores, you can find a lot of cross stitch stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know if antique stores has it. I like going to junk stores. Maybe we need to go to one together sometime. I like to find all
So I
kinds
can
of.
enjoy your expertise.
Well, no, you could probably enjoy me just running around like a chicken, like screaming at stuff, like thinking, "Oh, look! Did you see this? I can't live without this." Okay, let's see what else is going on. Charlotte Cotton is by hat. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's see what else. Am I down? La, 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 la. Linen and Thread Sal, Betsy, Steph. Oh, yeah, she's telling me that. Oh, Elizabeth Charlotte Cotton is the Addicts 2020 Sal. Sorry, I can't keep everybody's names in my head. The crafts enthusiast says she too is stitching on linen. You know that the crafts enthusiast is very cultured. I too am stitching on linen and threads. Quaker Sal. Thank you. The crafts enthusiast. That is so. I am not a good. I'm not good with words. Lady Carr stitches. She's back stitching on a T-Rex ornament for her son. That's so nice, Lady Carr. Deborah Neely, Jim Shore's Santa's Workshop. I don't know that I've ever seen that one. Let's see. Whoops. Okay. Molly Carney is stitching the Nativity Berry by Erica Michaels. And she's going to use my tutorial. Good luck. Barbara Ronald.
That didn't come out right, That didn't come out at all
No,
right.
well, I meant good luck. No, I didn't mean good luck for her. I meant good luck. I hope you did great.
You don't
I
have
didn't
a
mean that
prayer. Good luck to you.
hateful. No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that, people. Uh, he makes me feel bad about myself. Okay, just got home after driving in the snow and sleet here in Indiana. So, Barbara, I didn't realize, Barbara, you were in Indiana, did I? So she thinks that she's going to stitch on Forget Me Not Blackbird Designs and probably Brownbird Biscornu by Heartstream Samplery. Well, that's nice. Stitching with the Sisterlies is doing a Little House Suffrage Act. That is a nice design. Sampler Gal, her current project is Jane Stanley's, but right now she's working in her sewing room on a Primitive Gatherings wool applique project while she's watching you and I. Elise is stitching. Oh, she's not stitching on anything. She's leaving. Elise is leaving. Sorry, Elise. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for stopping in.
Ma- yeah, thanks for coming. Hard name to pronounce in English. It's okay. That was Mars or whatever. I think she's French.
Oh.
Sorry, Mars, or whatever I'm sorry. The craft enthusiast says she never finds stitching stuff at Goodwill. I don't even go to the Goodwill here in our town because we are in a college town and all the college kids take all the good stuff. Let's see. Yekaterina Hostler found a whole pile of old cross stitch magazines. Go you. That's awesome. Helene Galuli said, you are fantastic in recognizing these patterns, and we should do. Oh, thank you. She's saying something nice about me. You are fantastic in recognizing these patterns, and we should do. Guess who produced this pattern game? We sure should do that. Maybe we need to do that for a Wednesday show.
Okay.
That'd be kind of fun.
You win.
Have like a
You win because
fiber
I don't
talk.
know.
Fiber talk. Well, if you do your count canvas stuff, I wouldn't know.
Oh.
Okay. Do you find that the silk threads get a lot of static electricity? And is it because of I don't
No.
have never found that to be true, Krista.
Well,
But I do know that if you're
go ahead.
what?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I do know that if you lay them on a bounce fabric softener sheet, that goes away. Did you know that?
Yes. Silk Mori. Silk Mori will static like nobody's business. That's the only one I've had trouble with. Kreinik Silk.
The craft. Oh,
sorry. You were done with me. Okay,
the
move on.
Kreinik Mori. No, I was I just was saying the crafts enthusiast said Maurice Dubois. That's what I think it is too. Thanks. The craft enthusiast, man, Crafts enthusiast, are you in the United States? Because you seem very cultured. Okay, Lorene
What did that
is
mean?
stitching.
that,
Well, I mean,
that if she lives in the United
I mean,
States, she can't be cultured?
no, it's just that I'm not. Well, okay, you live somewhere not in the Midwest because I do not understand. I cannot
Oh,
pronounce
okay.
French stuff at
Oh,
all.
okay. Well, that's a different
12 day.
that's a different thing.
Well, yeah, that's true. 12 Days of Christmas by the Victoria Sampler. Oh, that's a pretty one. Gillian Kirby, the 17th century style band sampler by Gloria and Pat, published in 1992. Kelly, Kelly and Callie is stitching Carolyn. That is cute. Kelly and Callie. Carolyn Manning, Fairy Bouquet, Sal. I'm not seeing that one.
I will
Stitching with the
can I
what?
interject here?
Yeah.
Anybody who is still watching me hack my way through this saw that I just pulled out almost an entire road stitch. And that's because when I did the 5 of the road stitches at the top, I didn't think that I would have to do 5 more at the bottom and never wrote down what length of thread I needed to cut to do the road stitch. So I came up 6 inches short, and so I had to rip it out. And
Oh.
so that's what that was. Was had to cut along. So now I've written down how long it is because there are 4 more of these. So I've written it down. But yeah, when you do these these stitches like this, you really need, once you figure out what the length of thread you need to finish the job in one thread, you need to write it down. I didn't. So
Oh.
there we go.
Okay, Stitching with the Sisterly says antique shops, you can find old samplers. Yes, that is true. But we were talking about kitted projects, right? Is that what we were talking about?
Well, I was just
You
talking
said you
about
can't find cross stitch.
needlework in general. It just seems like people
Oh yeah,
find samplers. I mean, find all kinds of stuff in those shops, and it makes me think that I probably ought to drop in on one every now and then because it might
and
be
it's
fun.
sad to me. I think it's sad that you can find them in there. That means that somebody
Right.
that sad.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Barb Krantz rescued 2 beautiful cross stitch frame pictures at the Napa Goodwill for $3 each. Well, there you go. And the crafts enthusiast says that she's American too. Wait a minute, where is that? She's American too, and she belches like a trucker, and she's in Colorado. Hey, I belch like a trucker too, crafts enthusiast. And sometimes I struggle not to do it over. And sometimes I struggle not to do it over while we're filming something. Okay, let's see.
All right. We've now
Just
moved
being
into
honest.
TMI. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, just being honest. Okay, let's see. Landscape. There's a lot of stuff that's here. Oh, the Stitching with the Sisterly said that it's sad, but her sons will send all her stuff to Goodwill.
Well, I think that's going to happen to most of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Wulong. Let's see. Zanzu said she is planning to stitch the Wuhan Jia Yu. And then Jessica's saying, is it a charity stitch? I don't know if it is or if it's not. I mean, well, she's not asking me, Jessica. Sorry, I didn't mean to interject in your conversation. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff. Does anybody want to know what I'm stitching? I'm
Nope.
going to tell you, even
Nope.
if you don't want to.
Nope. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Move on.
Oh, okay. So, let's talk about that 10 hours, the 10 projects, stitching 10 hours.
Yeah, let's talk about how
You
that's
know,
going. Yeah.
that's not going good. I kind of figured it would. It's kind of figured it wouldn't. But what I have found helpful is just listing projects that you want to focus on, and then that way it seems. Now I'm not saying that this is like law yet. It's just only at the theory stage, but it seems that is helping me to stay focused on rather than being like a squirrel and going, what? I need to stitch this. What? I need to stitch that. You know what I
Wait.
mean?
Back up the truck here. I was concentrating. What helps you stay focused?
Writing down the 10 projects that I want to focus on.
Okay.
That seems to me like it's helping me stay focused on those projects. Like I only choose from that list what I'm stitching. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Instead of the vast array that you have, you're focused
Right.
on 10. Okay, yeah.
Right. But you keep on trying to get. You say I'm bad at buying stuff, and you keep on trying to get me in trouble. Like, look at this, or do you want this? I can get some copies of this. Do you want this?
I'm not.
And
I don't say you're bad. I just say you do it. I
yeah, I
don't.
do it, and I haven't
Yeah.
been doing it.
I know you've
Yeah,
been really
because
good lately. Yeah.
I have been. I have been very good. So
Yeah.
there you go. For the record, Vana has been very good on the purchase of stuff. Now then, let's talk about something else.
No, let's
Uh,
just skate on by that. Okay. Okay,
I
fine.
like that. I
Because
like to
I
keep
had
the
some follow ups to that, but all right, just skate on by
Oh,
as if it's nothing.
about
No.
Vana being good.
Yeah, no, it's all right. No, move on to the next thing. It's all right.
Okay, well, I want to talk about our I want to talk about what is quickly approaching is our On You Stay, Sal. Are we changing? We haven't talked about that, Gary.
No, I know.
The suggestion that we got.
Yeah,
Are we
was
just
the
what are we doing
suggestion
with that?
was to change it from Anya's Day to anything modern folk embroidery,
Right.
and Anya's Day being one of them,
Yeah.
which I didn't think was a horrible idea.
No, I don't either. We'll have to talk about that more on our Wednesday show. But anyways, back to what I was going to say is that it's coming up fast, and the reason I know that is because today when we went to church this morning, that there was the collect the palm branches basket, and I thought, gosh, that's already coming up already,
Collect the palm
and it
branches
is.
basket.
Yeah, because the Catholics get the the cross on their forehead on Ash
Right.
Wednesday.
We do that too. I don't do it, but yeah, we do that too.
And so they collect the palms. So we get the blessed palms on Palm Sunday, and you are supposed to put them in your home for the year. And then 2 or 3 weeks before Ash Wednesday, you take them back to church, and they collect them, and then they burn them, and that's what those ashes are.
Oh, really? You keep them all year long?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
I'll be
Like I
darned.
have
Really?
crucifix. Yeah, yeah. And so like I have a great big
Well, that's kind of
crucifix
cool.
above my. Yeah, I have a great big crucifix above my door. Every door in my home, I have a crucifix, but I have a huge one above the door in our entryway because our entryway is goes from the first level all the way up to the second level, and there's a balcony there, and I have a huge crucifix there, and so I put all 6 of our palm branches behind that crucifix at the entry of our door. So I have to climb up there and take those down so I can take them to church next year. So
Well, that's pretty neat. You Catholics got some cool stuff going every now and then, you know?
every now and then,
Yeah.
you know, we do.
But no,
It's the
that's a
one.
neat. I like that. That's a nice, neat continuity thing. That's boy.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm semi
Yeah. So,
impressed.
anyways, we got semi
Semi.
semi impressed. That's okay. That's good. I mean, that's good. There's a lot. Every faith, every church or whatever has their traditions, and
Yeah.
I can appreciate anyone, but I will say that the Catholic Church has a lot of traditions. It really does.
Yeah. Because see,
And
we use the palms, burnt palms for the ashes for Ash Wednesday, but there's no way that people keep because they make crosses out of palm things for Palm Sunday, but there's no
yeah.
way. Oh, hi. How did that happen?
What?
Oh, wonder if
You're
my camera shut off. Oh, hi.
oh
My camera ran out of battery. How long have we been going? Oh my, that's why. My camera died.
oh,
Hi.
it's an hour and a half.
Yep, that
So is it
camera.
just me and you? Or is our faces on?
Mine
Because
is.
on
Mine
on
is. You're not.
oh, there it is. Okay, they're good. Don't put
My
me on.
camera right there died. Right there.
Oh, that's that.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's the end of that. All right, that's all she wrote. Audio.
No, but I think that's pretty
Let's
neat that you guys keep the uh, palms from the previous year. That's kind of a neat thing.
Yeah. Now
Hmm.
there's like when I was a little girl in Catholic school and the nuns, there was still a lot of nuns around. Um, the nuns would taught us how to make the palms into like grapes. Like you folded it a certain way and it looked like a bunch of grapes. and then you would put that over your crucifix. But I forgot, that's been, first grade. That's been like what, 40 years ago, 44 years ago. I don't remember that.
Yeah. That's
So
pretty neat.
I just, yeah. So I just, get the
Ooh,
6 palms, staple them together, and stick them behind the crucifix.
that's pretty neat.
So there you go. Yeah.
Hey, Wilma Haynes, I'm reading and Ladies of the Club. Oh, that's a good one.
Yep.
It's on page 750. Was that maybe like 3/4 of the way through? That's a long book. Yeah. I like that book. It's a
Yeah.
good one. Yeah.
Ruth Cole will be finishing Quaker Handwork by Brenda Gervais today. That's a beautiful one, too. Knitting and typing is challenging. So is talking. Talking and watching Gary Stitch is challenging, too. I've had a tongue-tying day today.
Now we're not watching because my camera died.
Right.
Oh, well.
Okay, so do you want me to go over let's talk real quick about the Gloria Seaman Allen?
Yeah. We need to make sure people know about that. Yeah.
Okay, so Gloria Seaman Allen passed away in the fall of this year, and she was a colleague and friend of Barbara Hudson of Queenstown Samplers, and Gary and I both really admire her, but Gary really likes her a lot. And Barbara approached Gary and I about just mentioning this, but we're going to go ahead and run a small, I guess like what, a prize drawing. So anyways, I'll go over real quickly. Dr. Allen's books are well known in the needlework world. She is most well known for Schoolgirls Samplers of Delaware is one of her books that she is particularly well known for. And several of her friends and colleagues have come together because one of the samplers that she studied and was particularly fond of was Mary Orr 1831. And it became available on the needlework market this year. And they want to purchase this sampler and gift it to the Winterthur Museum of Wilmington, Delaware, in honor of Dr. Gloria Seaman Allen's memory. So the price of the sampler is $10,500. Currently, only $2,500 has been pledged, and they are asking for donations and contributions for the purchase of this sampler, and it will be gifted and given to the Winterthur Museum. So, to help raise money towards this most worthy cause, Fiber Talk is conducting a drawing of 6 gift certificates. So, we are asking for you to donate at least $10 towards the purchase of Mary Orr, and we will have the ways that you can purchase and get your money to the appropriate place on our website and in the drop-down box under this video. After you donate, please send an email to Vonna at wetalkfiber.com. Again, this will be on the drop-down box, and we'll use the honor system for contributions. So you don't have to prove it. Just say that you donated, and we will believe you. Contributions must be made by midnight Eastern Time on March 14th, 2020. The drawing will be held March 15th, 2020. And the gift certificates will be from our Fiber Talk sponsors. And we have 6 of them. We'll have 6 gift certificates. 2 each from $50 gift certificates from Sassy Jacks and the Attic. And we will have 4 $25 gift certificates to Fire Poppies, Needle in a Haystack, Shepherd's Needle, and Stitchy Box. So go out there and donate $10 towards the Mary Orr 1831 sampler that is going to be donated to the Winterthur Museum in Wilmington, Delaware, in the memory and honor of Dr. Gloria Seaman Allen, who is a colleague and well-known author of Barbara Hudson and the needlework world. So there you go. That does that. And then we also would like to say thank you to Fire Poppies Stitchery in Somerville, South Carolina.
South
North
Carolina.
Carolina.
I got you. No, this is great. You're so messed up. You don't know.
Somewhere in the South.
South Carolina.
Somerville, somewhere in the South. There's a stitchery, fire
Oh,
poppy
that's a victory
stitchery.
right there. She's gonna
I,
flinch every time now.
yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember what I said first. Anyways,
It's South
okay.
Carolina.
Okay, South Carolina. And thank you to them for their support of Fiber Talk on the Stitch With Me Gary videos. And they are also going to be sponsoring Arlene's Wednesday chat.
Yeah, there'll be regular sponsors. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And they have a sundry of wonderful things. A lot of, I think, when I was reading the list, and I've read it twice, but go to Fire Poppies Stitchery. I think it's firepoppies.com, but you can just put Fire Poppies Stitchery in and
it's
it
right
comes
on the
up.
bottom of the screen there. Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I can't see that.
Oh,
Anyways, they have a lot of things going on. I mean, really, and what impresses me is they don't sell you anything if they don't have it. And so that's nice. And they pledge that your order will be shipped in 24 hours after purchase. And that's nice. And then they have a lot of revolutionary type, like a sewing machine on hand.
Yeah.
To whatever, what, to like, they serge the fabric. So I wonder what they use the sewing machine for.
Well, if you don't own one, you could go in and, make yourself up a project, right?
Oh, that's nice. That's generous too, because I don't know if I'd want any just Tom, Dick, or Harry to like mess around with my sewing machines. I'm kind of funny about my sewing machines.
I'm sure
so
you
anyways,
are.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Yeah, if I lived in North Carolina, I'd drive to South Carolina to go to Fire Poppies any day of the week. Yeah.
Yeah. I would be too. So
road
there
trip.
you go. Road trip.
I think so.
So
okay.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Well, people are stuck looking at my mug, so I think we're going to call it.
Okay, that's good because I'm about ready to go. I got to go potty bad. I'm about ready to go.
Okay.
I know it's too much. Sorry, too much. I just drank a lot of water today. Drink a lot of water. I'm about ready to bust here.
It's just valuable insight is what that is. Valuable insight.
I know.
Okay. All right. So Vanna has to use the restroom, so we're going to stop to allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Vanna and I.
We've been going for an hour and a half.
I know. Wednesday, Vanna and I will be back for more of this. Whatever this is. And Sunday will be Susan Winter of Fire Poppies, and listen to today's show with Krista Kramer. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just saw Vanna cross her legs, so we got to go. Bye. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.